Welcome to Lucky English for Beginners. Practicing daily conversation is a fantastic way to build your fluency and connect with others. Here are 700 new and different sentences for everyday English, carefully organized by category to help you study and speak with confidence. Taking action and staying motivated. The secret to success is simply getting started right now. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Do not let your fear of failure prevent you from trying. Every journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It is always better to be a beginner than never to try. You have the power to create your own destiny today. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you begin. A small step forward is much better than standing completely still. You must push past your comfort zone to achieve greatness. Do not compare your unique journey to someone else's progress. Your potential is absolutely limitless if you believe in yourself. Focus on making small improvements every single day. Your future self will be incredibly grateful for your hard work. Never underestimate the power of consistent daily habits. The harder you work today, the easier tomorrow will eventually be. Replace your negative thoughts with positive and encouraging affirmations. You are fully capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. Do not let temporary setbacks destroy your long-term vision. Celebrate your small victories because they keep you motivated. You must take responsibility for your own happiness and success. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will in a lifetime. You have to trust the process even when it feels very slow. Success is not an accident. It is the result of deliberate choices. Keep pushing forward even when nobody else believes in you. Your dedication and perseverance will eventually pay off in the end. Do not let other people's opinions determine your personal self-worth. You must learn to forgive yourself for making past mistakes. Every new day is a fresh opportunity to start over again. You are much stronger and more resilient than you realize. Keep your eyes focused entirely on the prize ahead of you. Do not wait for motivation to strike. Rely on your discipline instead. You must actively seek out opportunities rather than waiting for them. Surround yourself with people who constantly uplift and inspire you. A positive attitude will completely change the trajectory of your life. You have the incredible ability to overcome any obstacle in your path. Do not let yesterday's failures dictate tomorrow's successes. You must learn to embrace constructive criticism to grow faster. Take a deep breath and tackle your problems one by one. You are entirely in control of how you react to difficult situations. Never let a bad day convince you that you have a bad life. You must constantly remind yourself of why you started in the first place. Discipline is the sturdy bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. You have to be willing to make sacrifices to reach the very top. Do not let your past define who you are capable of becoming. You must take ownership of your mistakes and learn from them quickly. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. You must build a strong foundation before you can reach great heights. Do not be afraid to ask for help when you truly need it. You must remain humble regardless of how much success you achieve. Keep moving forward because the best is yet to come. Expressing thoughts and opinions. In my honest opinion, we should reconsider this entire strategy. I strongly believe that everyone deserves a second chance in life. From my perspective, this project needs a lot more funding. It seems to me that we are overlooking a very important detail. I am absolutely convinced that this is the best course of action. To tell you the truth, I am not entirely comfortable with this plan. I have a feeling that things are going to work out perfectly. It is my firm belief that education should be free for everyone. I completely agree with the points you just made during the meeting. I have to respectfully disagree with your conclusion on this matter. As far as I am concerned, the decision has already been finalized. I am of the opinion that we need to act much faster. It is quite clear to me that we need a completely new approach. I totally support the new initiative proposed by the management team. I am not entirely sure if I understand your underlying logic. It appears to me that the market is changing very rapidly. I would argue that the benefits significantly outweigh the potential risks. I sincerely hope that we can reach a peaceful resolution soon. It is my understanding that the deadline has been extended by a week. I personally feel that we are headed in the right direction. I am inclined to believe that honesty is always the best policy. It goes without saying that we must prioritize our customers' needs. I cannot help but feel a little anxious about the upcoming changes. I am highly confident in our team's ability to deliver exceptional results. It is generally accepted that hard work leads to eventual success. I firmly stand by my initial assessment of the challenging situation. I am rather skeptical about the promising claims made in that report. It strikes me as odd that nobody noticed the glaring error earlier. I completely understand where you are coming from with that concern. I am under the impression that the meeting was canceled yesterday. It is my contention that we need more reliable data to proceed safely. I wholeheartedly endorse the new community outreach program. I am somewhat doubtful that this will solve the root problem. It is imperative that we address these critical issues immediately. I genuinely appreciate the hard work you have put into this project. It is obvious that we need to communicate more effectively as a team. I am deeply concerned about the negative environmental impact of this policy. It is my viewpoint that art is essential for a well-rounded society. I strongly advocate for more mental health resources in our schools. I am absolutely certain that we can overcome this minor hurdle. It is my sincere belief that kindness can change the world. I completely reject the notion that success is purely based on luck. I am fully aware of the potential consequences of our actions. It is my conviction that every voice deserves to be heard. I wholeheartedly agree that teamwork makes the dream work. I am deeply troubled by the recent turn of events in the news. It is my honest assessment that we are currently understaffed. I strongly urge you to reconsider your final decision. I am completely supportive of the proposed budget cuts. It is my genuine hope that we can all work together harmoniously. Daily life and practical matters. I need to pay all my monthly utility bills before the deadline. I always check the expiration dates on food before I buy it. I need to schedule a maintenance appointment for my car's engine. I use a strong password to protect my online banking account. I always try to save a portion of my salary every month. I need to renew my driver's license before it expires next week. I use a budgeting app to track all of my daily expenses. I always read the fine print before signing any legal contract. I need to organize the messy documents in my filing cabinet. I keep a spare set of house keys hidden in the garage. I always lock the front door securely before I go to sleep. I need to replace the dead batteries in the smoke detector. I use a reusable water bottle to reduce my plastic waste. I always carry a small umbrella in my bag during the spring. I need to take my winter coat to the dry cleaners soon. I use a programmable thermostat to save money on heating. I always double-check my luggage before leaving for the airport. I need to call the plumber to fix the leaking kitchen sink. I use a calendar to remember my friends' and family's birthdays. I always keep a basic first aid kit in my car trunk. I need to buy a new charger because my old one broke. I use a reusable shopping bag when I go to the grocery store. I always shred documents that contain my personal information. I need to update my resume before applying for the new job. I use a digital timer when I am cooking pasta or rice. I always check the weather forecast before planning an outdoor event. I need to clean the lint trap in the dryer to prevent fires. I use a combination lock to secure my bicycle outside the shop. I always unplug small appliances when I am not using them. I need to buy some postage stamps to mail these heavy letters. I use a heavy-duty flashlight when the power goes out at night. I always test the brakes on my bike before riding down a hill. I need to water the indoor plants before they completely dry out. I use a sturdy step stool to reach the top kitchen cabinets. I always keep a spare tire and a jack in my vehicle. I need to sort through my mail and throw away the junk. I use a powerful vacuum cleaner to remove pet hair from the carpet. I always read the washing instructions on clothing labels. I need to buy a new filter for the air conditioning unit. I use a sharp pair of scissors to open tough plastic packaging. I always keep my important digital files backed up on an external drive. I need to clean the gutters before the heavy autumn rains start. I use a reliable alarm clock to ensure I wake up on time. I always wear protective gloves when handling harsh cleaning chemicals. I need to replace the cracked screen protector on my mobile phone. I use a damp cloth to wipe down the dusty wooden furniture. I always keep a supply of non-perishable food for emergencies. I need to tighten the loose screws on the dining room chairs. I use a small notebook to jot down ideas throughout the day. I always check the tire pressure on my car before a long trip. Describing people and personalities. My older sister is incredibly ambitious and always striving for success. He is a very compassionate person who constantly helps those in need. She is known for being extremely reliable and always keeping her promises. My grandfather was a wise man who gave the most thoughtful advice. He has a very charismatic personality that instantly draws people to him. She is quite introverted and prefers spending quiet evenings alone at home. My coworker is highly organized and never misses a crucial deadline. He is a stubborn individual who rarely changes his mind about anything. She is an exceptionally creative artist with a wonderfully unique imagination. My best friend is fiercely loyal and will always defend me in public. He is a very easygoing guy who rarely gets stressed about minor details. She is an articulate speaker who can easily captivate any large audience. My boss is very demanding, but also very fair and encouraging. He has a cynical outlook on life and constantly questions everyone's motives. She is a resilient woman who has overcome many difficult challenges. My younger brother is quite mischievous and loves playing practical jokes. He is an arrogant person who constantly boasts about his massive wealth. She is a diligent student who spends hours studying in the library. My neighbor is very nosy and always asks inappropriate personal questions. He is a generous philanthropist who donates heavily to local charities. She is a highly perceptive individual who easily notices subtle emotional shifts. My uncle is a very nostalgic man who loves telling stories about the past. He is a remarkably humble champion who never seeks out the spotlight. She is an adventurous traveler who constantly seeks out new experiences. My cousin is very impulsive and often makes decisions without thinking first. He is a meticulous planner who organizes every aspect of his daily life. She is a charismatic leader who easily inspires her entire team. My aunt is a deeply spiritual person who meditates every single morning. He is a fiercely independent teenager who refuses to ask for any help. She is a very affectionate mother who constantly hugs her children. My coworker is incredibly witty and always has a clever comeback ready. He is a notoriously pessimistic person who always expects the worst outcome. She is a vivacious host who makes every guest feel entirely welcome. My friend is a highly analytical thinker who carefully weighs all options. He is an empathetic listener who always validates other people's complex feelings. She is a fiercely competitive athlete who hates losing any game. My roommate is extremely tidy and constantly cleans the shared apartment. He is a surprisingly romantic guy who frequently buys his wife fresh flowers. She is a very resourceful problem solver who can fix almost anything. My professor is an incredibly knowledgeable expert in his specific field. He is a remarkably patient teacher who never gets frustrated with slow learners. She is a highly persuasive debater who can easily win any argument. My sister is a very courageous woman who is not afraid of danger. He is a notoriously frugal man who hates spending money on frivolous things. She is a deeply intuitive person who often predicts how things will end. My dad is a very pragmatic man who prefers practical solutions over theories. He is a remarkably energetic child who never seems to stop running. She is a fiercely protective mother who will do anything for her family. My friend is a highly adaptable person who easily adjusts to rapid changes. He is an incredibly sincere person who never tells a lie. Travel, adventure, and exploration. I am planning an exciting backpacking trip across the rugged mountains of Europe. We booked a guided tour to explore the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu. I always make sure to pack a universal power adapter for international travel. We rented a small cabin in the woods to completely disconnect from technology. I love trying exotic street food when I visit busy markets in Asia. We took a scenic train ride through the breathtaking Swiss Alps. I prefer to travel with a lightweight backpack instead of a heavy suitcase. We spent the entire afternoon exploring the narrow cobblestone streets of Rome. I always learn how to say hello and thank you in the local language. We took a thrilling helicopter ride over the massive Grand Canyon. I loved the feeling of arriving in a completely unfamiliar city. We stayed in a charming bed and breakfast run by a friendly local family. I always carry a portable battery charger to keep my phone fully powered. We went scuba diving to see the vibrant coral reefs in Australia. I enjoy visiting historical museums to learn about the country's fascinating past. We took a relaxing sunset cruise along the beautiful Mediterranean coastline. I always buy a small local souvenir to remember each unique trip. We hiked for 6 hours to reach the secluded waterfall hidden in the jungle. I love waking up early to watch the sunrise over the calm ocean. We rented bicycles to explore the sprawling city parks at our own pace. I always check the local weather forecast before packing my travel bags. We attended a lively cultural festival featuring traditional music and energetic dancing. I prefer traveling during the off-season to avoid the massive tourist crowds. We took a cooking class to learn how to make authentic Italian pasta. I always keep digital copies of my important travel documents on my phone. We went on a thrilling wildlife safari to see lions and elephants in Kenya. I love writing about my daily travel adventures in my personal journal. We stayed in a traditional Japanese ryokan and slept on comfortable tatami mats. I always try to use public transportation to save money while traveling abroad. We visited a stunningly beautiful temple nestled high in the Himalayan mountains. I love the sense of absolute freedom that comes with traveling without an itinerary. We spent a lazy afternoon sipping coffee at a small Parisian sidewalk cafe. I always pack a comfortable pair of walking shoes for long days of exploring. We took a breathtaking hot air balloon ride over the surreal landscape of Cappadocia. I love tasting the fresh tropical fruits when I visit the Caribbean islands. We explored a massive underground cave system filled with glowing stalactites. I always carry a reusable water bottle to stay hydrated during my long flights. We went dog sledding across the frozen, snowy tundra of northern Canada. I love the unique architecture of the ancient cathedrals in Eastern Europe. We spent the night stargazing in the middle of the vast Sahara Desert. I always try to respect the local customs and traditions of the places I visit. We took a thrilling white water rafting trip down the rushing Colorado River. I love the vibrant colors and chaotic energy of the markets in Marrakesh. We visited a massive glacier and watched huge chunks of ice fall into the sea. I always pack a basic first aid kit with bandages and pain medication. We took a leisurely gondola ride through the romantic canals of Venice. I love learning about the fascinating mythology of the ancient Greek ruins. We spent a week volunteering at an elephant sanctuary in northern Thailand. I always leave a little extra room in my suitcase for bringing back gifts. We watched a mesmerizing traditional tea ceremony during our stay in Kyoto. Food, cooking, and culinary experiences. I am learning how to bake a crusty loaf of sourdough bread from scratch. We decided to host a massive outdoor barbecue for all our friends this weekend. I love the smell of fresh garlic and onions sizzling in a hot frying pan. We ordered a giant pepperoni pizza with extra cheese for movie night. I always use freshly ground black pepper instead of the prepackaged kind. We went to a fancy seafood restaurant to celebrate our 5th wedding anniversary. I prefer my steak cooked medium rare, so it remains juicy and flavorful. We bought a variety of fresh, organic vegetables from the local farmer's market. I love making a rich and creamy mushroom risotto on chilly autumn evenings. We tried a new Thai restaurant and ordered the incredibly spicy green curry. I always add a splash of lemon juice to brighten the flavor of my salads. We baked 3 dozen chocolate chip cookies for the school charity bake sale. I love the crisp, refreshing taste of a cold watermelon on a hot summer day. We went wine tasting and sampled several robust red wines from the vineyard. I always keep a block of sharp cheddar cheese in my refrigerator for snacking. We ordered authentic Japanese sushi and ate it using wooden chopsticks. I love experimenting with different spice blends when I cook chicken at home. We made a huge pot of hearty beef stew in the slow cooker all day. I always drink a strong cup of black coffee first thing in the morning. We visited a local bakery and bought fresh, flaky croissants for breakfast. I love the sweet and tart flavor of a perfectly baked lemon meringue pie. We tried making homemade pasta using a traditional Italian pasta rolling machine. I always marinate my chicken overnight so it absorbs all the delicious flavors. We ordered a massive platter of crispy nachos covered in melted cheese and jalapenos. I love the comforting warmth of a bowl of chicken noodle soup when I am sick. We went to a food festival and tasted dishes from over 20 different countries. I always use real, unsalted butter when I am baking cakes and delicate pastries. We made a refreshing summer salad with ripe tomatoes, fresh basil, and mozzarella. I love the rich, complex flavors of an authentic Indian chicken tikka masala. We ordered a dozen spicy buffalo wings and ate them while watching the football game. I always garnish my pasta dishes with a sprinkle of freshly chopped parsley. We visited a traditional German beer garden and ate massive, salty, soft pretzels. I love the tangy flavor of a cold glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. We made a decadent chocolate fondue and dipped strawberries and marshmallows in it. I always keep my kitchen knives professionally sharpened to make chopping vegetables easier. We ordered a classic French onion soup topped with toasted bread and bubbly gruyere. I love the smoky, charred flavor of vegetables grilled over an open charcoal fire. We made a huge batch of fluffy pancakes and covered them in sticky maple syrup. I always use extra virgin olive oil when I am making a simple salad dressing. We visited a bustling night market and ate delicious, greasy street food on skewers. I love the delicate, airy texture of a perfectly baked French macaron. We ordered a massive, juicy hamburger loaded with crispy bacon and caramelized onions. I always let my meat rest for a few minutes after cooking so the juices redistribute. We made a spicy batch of homemade chili and ate it with warm cornbread. I love the refreshing taste of mint and lime in an ice-cold summer mojito. We ordered a massive seafood boil filled with crab legs, shrimp, and spicy sausage. I always add a pinch of salt to my chocolate desserts to enhance the sweetness. We made a hearty breakfast of scrambled eggs, crispy hash browns, and sizzling bacon. I love the rich, earthy flavor of a well-brewed cup of matcha green tea. We visited a local cheese shop and bought a selection of sharp, aged cheddars. technology, gadgets, and the digital world. I just upgraded my old smartphone to the newest model with a better camera. We use a smart home assistant to turn off the lights and lock the doors. I always back up my important documents to a secure cloud storage server weekly. We bought a robotic vacuum cleaner that automatically cleans the floors while we sleep. I love using wireless noise canceling headphones when I am working in a busy cafe. We installed a high-definition security camera system to monitor our front porch. I always use two-factor authentication to protect my online banking and email accounts. We bought a massive curved monitor to make playing video games much more immersive. I love the convenience of reading hundreds of books on my lightweight electronic reader. We use a video conferencing application to stay in touch with our remote team. I always clear my browser cache and cookies to keep my computer running smoothly. We purchased a smart thermostat that learns our schedule and saves energy efficiently. I love using a digital fitness tracker to monitor my daily steps and heart rate. We installed a mesh wireless network to ensure strong internet coverage throughout the house. I always update my computer's operating system to patch any potential security vulnerabilities. We bought a drone with a camera to capture stunning aerial footage of our vacations. I love the crisp, vibrant display of my new organic light emitting diode television. We use a password manager to securely store all of our complex and unique passwords. I always read detailed technical reviews before purchasing any expensive new electronic gadgets. We bought a portable solar charger to keep our devices powered during long camping trips. I love using voice dictation software to write long emails when my hands are tired. We installed smart bulbs that can change colors to match the mood of the room. I always use a virtual private network when connecting to public wireless networks at airports. We bought a high-speed laser printer for the home office to print documents quickly. I love the seamless integration between my smartphone, my tablet, and my laptop computer. We use a digital calendar application to synchronize our busy family schedules perfectly. I always keep a high-capacity power bank in my backpack for unexpected battery emergencies. We bought a smart doorbell with a camera so we can see who is visiting. I love using augmented reality applications to visualize how new furniture will look in my house. We use a streaming media player to watch our favorite movies and television shows on demand. I always organize my digital photographs into carefully labeled folders by year and event. We bought a mechanical keyboard because it feels much more satisfying to type on daily. I love the portability of my lightweight tablet for watching videos on long airplane flights. We installed a smart smoke detector that sends an instant alert to our mobile phones. I always completely shut down my computer at night to give the hardware a rest. We bought a high-quality microphone for recording professional-sounding podcasts in our home studio. I love using language learning applications to practice my vocabulary for 15 minutes every day. We use a digital grocery list app that updates in real time while we shop. I always unplug my electronics during severe thunderstorms to protect them from sudden power surges. We bought a virtual reality headset to play immersive games and explore digital worlds together. I love the convenience of mobile payment applications that let me pay with my phone. We use a cloud-based collaborative document editor to work on projects simultaneously with coworkers. I always keep a microfiber cloth nearby to clean the smudges off my device screens. We bought a smart scale that connects to our phones to track our fitness progress. I love using podcast applications to listen to fascinating interviews during my long daily commute. We installed smart plugs so we can control our lamps using an app on our phones. I always format my camera's memory card after successfully transferring all the photos to my computer. We bought a fast wireless charging pad to keep on the desk in the home office. I love using ride-sharing applications because they are often more convenient than traditional taxis. We use a digital budgeting tool to track every single expense and manage our finances. Shopping, fashion, and clothing. Where is your favorite place to shop for everyday clothing? I usually buy my basics from a large department store in the mall. Do you prefer shopping online or going into a physical store? I prefer physical stores so I can try the clothes on first. How would you describe your personal sense of fashion? My style is very minimalist, favoring neutral colors and clean lines. Do you care deeply about wearing famous designer brand names? I care much more about the quality of the fabric than the logo. What is the most expensive piece of clothing you currently own? I invested in a high-quality tailored wool coat for the winter. How often do you clean out your closet and donate old clothes? I sort through my wardrobe and donate items twice a year. Do you enjoy following the latest fashion trends and styles? I prefer timeless pieces that will not go out of style quickly. What is your favorite type of footwear for a casual weekend? I practically live in my comfortable white canvas sneakers. Do you prefer wearing bright, bold colors or subtle, muted tones? My closet is mostly filled with black, gray, and navy blue. Have you ever bought an outfit specifically for a special event? I bought a tailored suit specifically for my best friend's wedding. How do you decide what you are going to wear every morning? I check the weather forecast and then pick something comfortable. Do you enjoy wearing accessories like watches, hats, or jewelry? I always wear a simple silver watch and a delicate necklace. What is your opinion on buying second-hand or vintage clothing? Thrift shopping is great for finding unique items and helping the environment. Do you prefer wearing jeans or soft sweatpants when relaxing at home? I immediately change into soft sweatpants the moment I get home. How many pairs of shoes do you think a person really needs? You really only need a few pairs for different specific occasions. Do you iron or steam your clothes before wearing them to work? I use a handheld steamer because it is much faster than ironing. What is your favorite fabric to wear during the hot summer months? Linen is incredibly breathable and perfect for hot, humid days. Have you ever regretted buying a really expensive item of clothing? I bought a pair of designer boots that were entirely too uncomfortable to wear. Do you prefer carrying a large backpack or a small messenger bag? I use a leather messenger bag for work and a backpack for travel. How do you remove tough stains from your favorite white shirts? I use a mixture of baking soda and cold water to scrub the stain. Do you tailor your clothes so they fit your body perfectly? I always get my dress pants hemmed because I am quite short. What is your favorite season for fashion and putting outfits together? Autumn is the best because I love layering sweaters and light jackets. Do you enjoy shopping for clothes with your friends or by yourself? I prefer shopping alone so I can take as much time as I need. How much money do you typically spend on clothing in a given month? I rarely buy clothes monthly. I usually just shop seasonally. Do you ever buy clothes that you know you will only wear once? I try to avoid that. I want everything I buy to be versatile. What is your favorite pattern to wear on a casual button-down shirt? I really like wearing subtle plaid or simple striped patterns. Do you prefer tying your shoelaces or wearing slip-on shoes? Slip-on shoes are just so much more convenient for running quick errands. Have you ever tried making or altering your own clothing at home? I learned how to sew patches and fix minor tears in my jeans. Do you think expensive workout clothes are worth the high price tag? Good quality athletic wear definitely lasts much longer through intense washes. What do you wear when you need to dress up for a formal business meeting? I wear a dark navy suit with a crisp white dress shirt and a solid tie. Do you prefer wearing a heavy winter coat or layering multiple light jackets? Layering is better because you can adjust to the temperature easily. How do you store your heavy winter sweaters during the hot summer months? I vacuum seal them in plastic bags and store them under my bed. Do you think fashion is an important form of personal self-expression? Absolutely, the way you dress tells the world a lot about your personality. What is your favorite store to buy high-quality, durable socks? I usually buy my athletic socks from a specialized sporting goods store. Do you enjoy wearing hats, like baseball caps or wide-brimmed fedoras? I wear a simple baseball cap almost every time I go for a run outside. How do you organize your closet so you can easily find your clothes? I arrange all my shirts by color and sort my pants by their specific style. Do you ever buy the exact same shirt in multiple different colors? If I find a t-shirt that fits perfectly, I will buy it in black, white, and gray. What is the most uncomfortable piece of clothing you have ever been forced to wear? I had to wear a heavily starched uniform for an old job that was terrible. Do you prefer wearing long sleeves or short sleeves when you are working inside? I prefer short sleeves because my office is always kept very warm. How do you dry your delicate clothes to prevent them from shrinking in the wash? I lay all my delicate sweaters flat on a clean towel to let them air dry naturally. Do you enjoy giving clothing or accessories as gifts to your friends and family? I avoid giving clothes because it is too hard to guess someone's exact size and taste. What is your favorite type of formal attire for a fancy evening dinner party? A well-fitted charcoal suit with a silk pocket square always looks elegant. Do you wear a specific outfit when you are trying to be highly productive at home? I find that putting on actual jeans helps me focus better than wearing pajamas. How long does it typically take you to get fully dressed and ready in the morning? If I pick my clothes out the night before, it only takes me about 15 minutes. Do you think the fashion industry changes its trends too quickly these days? Fast fashion moves so rapidly that it is almost impossible and expensive to keep up. What is the oldest piece of clothing you still actively wear from your closet? I have a worn-out denim jacket from high school that still fits me perfectly. Do you prefer clothes with a lot of pockets or a more streamlined, simple design? I need pockets for my phone and keys, so utility is very important to me. How do you feel about matching your shoes perfectly with your belt and bag? I think matching leathers creates a very polished and cohesive look. Do you buy specific clothes for lounging around the house on a lazy Sunday? I have a dedicated set of oversized, incredibly soft hoodies just for the couch. What is your ultimate fashion rule that you absolutely refuse to break? I will never wear clothes that make me feel physically uncomfortable, no matter how they look.